Welcome to the AI and Future of Work podcast. I'm Marcus Chen, and with me is Sofia Rodriguez. Today, we're exploring the latest innovations in AI and how they are fundamentally shifting the landscape of global business with our guest. If you're a digital nomad or remote professional tired of manual work, this episode reveals the exact AI frameworks and tools that are multiplying income for location-independent professionals. We'll break down practical automation strategies, show you how to maintain ethical standards while scaling, and give you the implementation steps to streamline your entire workflow. Let's dive in.
Hook. Imagine turning a Saturday afternoon into a working lead pipeline that runs for you all week, qualifying leads, personalizing outreach, and booking discovery calls without you manually copying messages across platforms. In a single weekend, you can build a stock that converts outreach into booked calls and frees up hours for higher value work. That's what we're building toward today.
Joining us is Priya Nair, an automation architect who designs lightweight AI systems for remote-first solopreneur teams. Priya, welcome. Share briefly what kinds of stacks you've helped build and the typical results you see.
Thanks, Sophia. Hi, everyone. I'm Priya. I specialize in weekend builds for solo operators, compact AI-driven flows that handle lead capture, basic qualification, personalized outreach, and calendar sync. Typical outcomes I've seen are a 2x to 3x increase in booked calls in the first month and 5 to 10 hours reclaimed per week, depending on the baseline process. The trick is keeping it ethical, transparent, and cost-efficient.
Problem identification. Let's define the pain. Many freelancers waste time on repetitive outreach, copy-pasting messages, sifting unqualified leads, and chasing scheduling logistics. That eats creative time and reduces capacity to do paid work. Priya, what are the most common bottlenecks you see when solo professionals try to scale outreach manually?
3 big bottlenecks. Inconsistent personalization that kills responses, manual qualification that wastes hours, and brittle scheduling, time zones, and back and forth emails. Those add friction and lower conversion. The good news, each of these maps cleanly to a small AI component and a couple of automation steps that can be assembled quickly.
Section 1. Tool and Framework Presentation. Let's walk through the core components we recommend for a weekend build. 1. An LLM for dynamic message generation and qualification. 2. A lightweight vector store to retain snippets of prospect context. 3. An email or messaging automation layer. And 4. Calendar sync for bookings. We'll also sketch a minimal architecture that ties them together.
Start with ChatGPT-style prompts for 2 roles, a personalization generator and a qualification filter. Example personalization prompt. Given prospect profile, company, role, recent signal, craft a 100 to 150 word outreach opener that references one specific signal and asks a qualifying question. For qualification, read the prospect's replies and assign one of hot, warm, cold with a 1-sentence rationale. Keep prompts structured so outputs are predictable.
On the vector store, keep it lightweight. Store short context vectors like previous touchpoints, proposal snippets, and one-liner signals. That lets the LLM pull relevant context to personalize at scale without reprocessing entire histories. Tools can be a hosted vector DB or a small SQLite-backed vector layer for cost control.
For automation, connect triggers, new lead captured, enrich profile, generate outreach, send via email tool or LinkedIn automation with human review step. If reply indicates interest, trigger calendar invite flow. Critical. Add a human review checkpoint before outbound messages hit the prospect to maintain personalization and guardrails.
Architecture example. Use a no-code automation platform like Zapier or Make for orchestration, an LLM endpoint for generation, a vector store for context, and your calendar API for availability checks. Keep cost levers accessible. Cap LLM tokens per call, cache vectors for commonly referenced content, and batch non-urgent tasks overnight. Section 2. Implementation Walkthrough. Here's a step-by-step weekend plan. Day 1 morning. Sketch your schema. What do you need per lead? Name, company, role, lead signal, initial contact channel, qualification status. Day 1 afternoon. Write your core prompts and a handful of personalization templates with tokens like company, signal, pain point. Day 2. Wire automation. Connect the calendar, run 10 test leads, and iterate.
Practical detail. Sample prompt pattern for qualification checks. Analyze this inbound message and return JSON with fields interest level, hot, warm, cold, next action, book call, send case study, no follow-up, reason, short. That predictable output makes it easy to route decisions in automation without complex parsing.
Testing and governance. Include these 3 quick checks before you go live. Accuracy, sample 20 responses and validate labels. Personalization quality, random human review of messages. And cost monitoring, set daily token spend caps. Also, make consent explicit in your lead capture, a short checkbox that explains how you use data for outreach.
Real-world results. A freelance designer we worked with deployed this stack and saw booked calls double from 4 to 9 per month within 3 weeks, while reducing weekly admin time by roughly 6 hours. Another consultant reclaimed 8 hours per week after automating qualification and calendar sync, and improved lead-to-call conversion from 6% to 14% by improving personalization with the vector context.
Those wins are realistic because we focused on measurable levers. Better personalization, higher opens and replies, faster routing to calendar, fewer drop-offs, and reduced manual copy work. Small changes compound quickly when you combine them into an automated pipeline.
Section 3. Common mistakes and listener Q&A. Common pitfalls include over-automation that removes human tone, underestimating ongoing maintenance, and skipping consent and privacy checks. Fixes. Keep a human review step. Schedule a monthly maintenance window to audit prompts and costs, and include explicit opt-ins and data retention rules.
Quick listener questions we get. How do I keep messages personal at scale? Use tokens plus a short dynamic slot from your vector store, 1 sentence pulled from a recent signal, and always let a human tweak top-tier leads. What about GDPR or consent? Be transparent in your forms, store consent flags, and build easy unsubscribe or opt-out flows.
Final tips. Start tiny and measure. Run A/B tests on 1 template, monitor reply quality, and raise spend only when conversion moves. Add personalization tokens gradually, and keep usage logs to troubleshoot when outputs drift. Small, repeatable improvements beat grand overhauls.
Ready to build this weekend? Grab the Weekend AI Stack Checklist, Template Pack, and Mini Course at nomadlifesuccess.com/AI tools. The checklist walks you through schema design, tested prompt patterns, a sample zap/make flow, and cost control settings. If you want guided help, check our courses at nomadlifesuccess.com/online courses to deepen your implementation skills. Automate the ordinary, amplify the extraordinary.
Thanks, Priya, for practical, responsible steps. And thank you all for listening. Subscribe for weekly episodes on AI, automation, and the future of remote work. Remember to keep implementation first and ethics in mind. Ethical AI is smart AI.
That's today's episode. Ready to implement these AI strategies? Head to nomadlifesuccess.com/AI tools to access our complete toolkit, including our specialized digital resources for personal and professional growth. Explore our AI courses at nomadlifesuccess.com/online courses to deepen your implementation skills and master these new technologies. Subscribe for weekly episodes on AI, automation, and the future of remote work. Thanks for listening, and remember, automate the ordinary, amplify the extraordinary.